Do what you gotta.
Do what you gotta do. Booka booka.
My hand slipped on the guitar.
In case you didn't know it, Tom really is playing that. He's just, he's multi-talented. You know, like those guys you see with the drums, the cymbals, like the cartoons? That's Tom.
It's really, it's like rubbing your stomach and patting your head while tap dancing, while someone shoots at you.
He plays the guitar with his teeth and the drums with his toes, does everything else with his hands.
You're going to be really disappointed when you figure out how I play the piano.
It's a lot of gyration.
Somehow it still works. Anyway, welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. My name is Tom. With me I have
Mitch.
And Bilbo. So good to see you. 111 years old. You've hardly aged a day. Yes, as again, a reoccurring trend now on this show, Hayden is not with us. I was going to say Hayden's no longer with us, but that sounds morbid. Technically, he's not with us, but he is still alive as far as we know. He texted us yesterday. So
Yesterday.
His whereabouts are still unknown with whatever it is he's doing. That's more important than this podcast. But fear not, his punishment will be severe.
It will be glorious.
So if you'd like to punish the pants off of Hayden Brandon, you let us know. You let us know on social media. Mitch.
Well, you can go to entertainthispodcast.com and let us know on our suggestions and reviews. Or you can go to @thisentertain and let us know on the X. That's not Twitter anymore.
The X. Make sure you make an X with your arm.
Yeah, like the Wakanda X. Yeah.
Or like the guys from Dodgeball. The Cobras. Laser. Blazer.
You can also go to Instagram, which is entertain.this, or our YouTube and TikTok, which is entertain this !
Yes, you can go to all those things. Go to all of them. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, whatever it is that platform demands you do.
Yeah, you can also go to Facebook. I forgot about that, but, Facebook's kind of dying off. I don't use that for much for anything anymore.
I mean, I scroll through Facebook when I'm bored.
Only when I'm trying to find news.
Yeah, or, I'm pooping. Anyway.
It's a good time, time taker-upper.
All right. Anyway, last Monday episode, we did the Tom Top 10 gauntlet of my top 10 movies, TV shows, and games. This week, Hayden's. All right, we'll postpone. Mitch, you're up.
I got all my favorite movies, and I got them ready to go.
Would you like to start with movies, TV, or games?
We're going to start with movies.
With a jingle?
Welcome to the movies.
Enjoy the show.
I dated a girl who used to get motion sickness watching that. I don't know why I just remembered that.
How do you get motion sickness? Just sitting still in a seat.
We were seeing something in IMAX. So it was the 3D goggles, but it did the 3D bit, and she was like, I feel good. Anyway, Mitch's top 10 movies. We're going to come in here. Looking at your list that you texted me, I'm pretty confident I know which one number 10 is and which one number 1 is. Yeah. I put numbers, but this one's abundantly obvious.
Well, mine have numbers. Just when I texted you, I just put them in order from top to bottom.
I took the time to put the numbers.
I'm sorry.
That's all I'm saying. Anyway, your number 10, Hocus Pocus.
I love this movie. It's like I watch it every Halloween.
I watch it every Halloween, but I wouldn't qualify this as a top 10 movie.
Oh, yeah.
For me. But what makes this a top 10 movie to you?
Well, I've watched this every year since I was little that I can remember. And I've basically forced my kids into watching it. I don't watch it with my brother and my mom. They'll watch it with me. But even when it's not Halloween time, I can watch this movie, and it's just fun to watch. It's funny. I even watched, I think it was 20 or 25-year anniversary show that they did of it, and where they had the cast come back, and it was just a big party on TV that you basically watched. But I don't know, it's a fun movie for me to watch. I've always I don't know, it's something about it. Just like I watched what do you call it? The guy Doug Jones that plays Billy. Mm-hmm. He's played in a lot of stuff. You just might not know it because he's always in some kind of costume because he can like it's not like body morph, but like he can do those strange like walks and stuff. He played the guy in Hellboy that's the fish guy.
Oh, he played the fish guy?
Yeah, he played him. He's the movie Legion, where like they're in this diner and all the
Yeah.
He played like one of the creatures from that stuff. It's pretty. I think he was in Pan's Labyrinth. He was the one with the eyes.
In the hand. Oh,
he's been a lot of like famous creatures, but it's always fun.
Because his face is ugly.
This Hocus Pocus ends up with like all my top 10 movies I did some research on, but Hocus Pocus has a 6.9 on IMDb.
But it has a 10 out of 10 in Mitch's heart.
It does, because it's number 10. But it made $28 million, or it cost $28 million when it was made, and then it ended up making $45 million, which didn't make a lot, but it's become such a cult classic because
it is a cult classic.
It comes on like the
Every
31
Halloween,
nights of Halloween.
Yeah, I end up watching it. That and like Halloween Town.
And I looked at some of the fun little fun facts about it. Was it Sarah Jessica Parker, when she was filming it, she was like doing some research and stuff. She actually found out that her 10th over great grandmother was actually arrested during the Salem witch trials. She managed to get away somehow. I don't know.
She was a witch. She turned me into a newt.
And the actual plot for this movie came from the director. That this is a story he would like. Along the lines of this story, he would tell his kids as a bedtime story.
So there's just some stuff he made up. And,
Yeah.
and this is like, man, this would be a good Disney movie.
And it was actually, this story was actually written and like offered to, I forgot where he said, but Disney ended up picking it up, but it was offered like in the early 80s before it was finally made.
I think it came out at the right time.
Yeah.
With the right people.
But it was also going up against, was it a Christmas Story? Or not a Christmas Story. What's the one with Jack Skellington?
Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, that one. I'm not a fan of that one, but that's...
No, I don't like it. Hayden likes The Nightmare Before Christmas more than I think he likes it. Because he's weird.
Yeah, he's weird. But it was going up against that, so it didn't make as much money as it could have. But, it's all right. I still enjoy it a lot.
You're number 9.
Number 9 is a conglomerate of...
The Nolan Batman trilogy.
Yes. I'm Batman. But it's not.
Well, no, he's like, I'm Batman. Where did Harvey Dent?
But, I mean... I think you would be hard-pressed to find a better trilogy in rankings.
Only because Tim Burton didn't do 3 Batman movies.
Well, it's
Because
Christopher
if I
Nolan.
had Batman 1989, Batman Returns, and he did the next one, like Batman Forever or whatever one it was, those probably would have been the 3 greatest Batman movies.
Well, I'm just saying, IMDb has them ranked at 8.2, a 9, and an 8.4 in that order from Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
And then they made... The first one made $374 million. The second one made $1 billion, and the third one made $1 billion overall. So they're slightly successful.
I'd say 2 and 3 were the strongest in the installments.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I like Batman Begins. I like it was more comic-y.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not like comical, but like comic-esque.
Yeah.
Like with the rails, the cityscape. It didn't look like, some city in Canada. Like, we're filming this in Vancouver today or Toronto or Chicago.
But I thought they picked a lot of really good actors that hadn't been in comic books kind of stuff to where they fit in very well. Like Gary Oldman is Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, that was great.
Because I thought he did a great job. And then you had people like Cillian Murphy playing the Scarecrow, which he's got that kind of creepy vibe.
He looks
to him.
insane.
But then you go up to Heath Ledger's Joker. You've got Tom Hardy as Bane.
I liked him more than I liked Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Because I loved Tom Hardy as Bane. The third one's my favorite.
I rooted for him. I rooted for him in that movie.
I mean, he was making some sense. Just, he might have gone about it.
I'm not
the wrong
saying
way.
I condone the man's actions. I'm just saying I understand.
But like I said, I enjoyed that movie. All 3 of them. They would be higher, but other ones have just more nostalgia to them on my list. So.
Yeah. Up next, wow! I'm surprised you put this movie at number 8, Man of Steel.
Yeah, it's my number 8, directed by Zack Snyder.
Snyder cut. Let's not go down that rabbit hole again.
But it's got a 7.1 on IMDb, and I really like the. A lot of people are like, oh, it's Superman, he's boring and all this, but I like the human aspect they brought to it because I was a big fan of Smallville growing up, and this kind of. To me, reminded me of that show where they showed a lot more of his past where, as a kid, he's got Kevin Costner as his John Kent, his Earth dad, kind of just guiding him through like decisions and trying to learn how to use his powers and stuff in little flashbacks. And I thought that was really good. And then you've got Russell Crowe as Jor-El, which I feel like he did a really good job.
I think he did a good job. He wasn't somebody I would have picked for the role.
I would have liked to have seen him more as like more of a mentor once Superman did get the suit. Because you see him a couple of times, and then he has like the one like iconic monologue as Superman's getting ready to fly. But that's about all you see him. They actually could have made like a prequel series, like a mini series with him,
Krypton,
him and Zod, like leading up to right before Krypton blew up. That would have been pretty interesting, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed.
I thought Michael Shannon as Zod was.
Yeah, I mean he's a different choice. Like I wouldn't have expected him because I'd never thought of him as a muscular guy. Everything I've seen him in, he's always been wearing suits, so I guess that kind of hides his stature. But supposedly he's a really tall.
Yeah, he's like 6'4" at least. I think.
But
Henry Cavill is Superman.
Because I like this one because it shows Superman like he's like deep in thought. People are like, oh, he's brooding, but he's actually contemplating his decisions because like some other people in the world, not everyone's going to like you, no matter what you do. Like, I mean, he's out there saving people. And then other people are like, oh, well, he should have the government's approval before doing this and that. If the dude's helping people,
if you want that kind of angle, go watch Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because everybody hates Spider-Man for reasons still unknown. He's a menace.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always enjoyed the Superman movies, but specifically this one.
We'll be right back.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
Moving on to your number 7, a throwback. I haven't seen this movie in forever.
I love this movie.
Jack.
I can watch it all the time.
Robin Williams and Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Bill Cosby's got Jennifer Lopez, Diane Lane, Fran Drescher, Michael McKean.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie. Who plays his dad?
I don't remember that guy's name.
John Lithgow. No,
no, I can't remember him. He's only got a few scenes, but I don't know, it's a movie where I don't know. I'm all about the movie to make you feel something, and it's kind of a sad story, but it's fun to see him like overcoming as he's growing. I found out that this is actually a real disease called progeria, where your average lifespan is about 13 years old. And like the oldest person to have this disease that's lived has been 30 years old. Mm-hmm. But it was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, which this movie did not do well when it came out. It cost $45 million to make, and it made $59. And it's got a 5.8 on IMDb. But
I find that movie excel as a kid's movie.
I mean, I feel like it's heavily underrated just because there's good messages like don't judge a book by its cover and all that kind of stuff. And it's neat to see Robin Williams. I mean, granted, it's still a comedic role because he's acting like a kid, but I always liked Robin Williams in like some of his drama roles, like in Good Will Hunting and stuff like that too, because it just shows a different side of him.
Insomnia.
That's more of a serial killer kind of crazy role, but
from Robin Williams.
That 1 hour photo.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
But I mean, Jack's one of those movies where I could watch it, a couple of times a year and be all right with it.
I can live with that. Moving on to your next one, Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
I figured there'd be a sports film.
Well, I played football from the time I was in 6th grade on.
I was born with pads.
It's got IMDb's got it at a 7.2. It cost $30 million to make. It made 62. But this movie came out when I was in high school, playing, like either my junior or senior year.
It related to you a lot.
It did. And, it made me feel a lot, granted, we didn't go to the championship the years that I played, but it did feel, there was a lot I could relate to as far as like, striving to do your best and just falling just short, of things. And because, we were a good team, but we didn't achieve what we could have. So it was kind of disappointing, but some of the facts that I learned about this is this one I already knew, but it's based on the 1988 Permian Panthers in real life, which you actually see the real Boobie Miles is on the sidelines a lot in the movie. He's just dressed in like a coach's jacket and stuff like that. It's also Amber Heard's first feature film debut. She plays this girl that Billingsley's making out with when Tim McGraw comes in. He's just like watching them make out on the sofa before they realize he's there.
This is before she started pooping on beds.
Yeah, way before. A lot of this is filmed on location at the actual stadiums. They filmed it at the Astrodome as well for like the championship. And then actually this film, because at the time when it was made, the school had lost a lot of funding and stuff to where it was basically a poor school, that because of this film, you've had a lot of other high schools and stuff that have requested to play them. And when they play each other from other states and stuff, the schools make, ESPN will come and watch the certain schools that travel across states to play. And so they make, $1 million for their school by playing on ESPN for the high school stuff.
And I'm sure none of that went to any of the other departments, like the arts and it all went to the team.
Well, I mean,
that's what they're here to see. They're not here to see arts and crafts. They're here to watch football.
It just quote unquote goes to the school. But it was neat to see. And then they also ended up making a TV show off of this, which was pretty cool. It has a lot of young actors like Michael B. Jordan got one of his starts on there. So, but yeah, it's something I can always relate to.
Is John Voight in this one? Is he the coach?
No, that's Varsity Blues.
Okay. I've seen Varsity Blues. I haven't seen Friday
This is the
Night
one with
Lights.
Billy Bob Thornton and who's the other one? Guy that plays Mike Winchell. He's in the Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious. I forgot his name.
Is his name Shane Black?
I don't think so. I can't remember though.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to your number 5.
A movie that I love, but you disdain because it's not historically accurate.
Yes, Braveheart. It's so historically inaccurate. They're wearing kilts. Kilts hadn't been invented at that point. William Wallace didn't do all this stuff. You know who did? Robert the Bruce. You know who's called Braveheart? Robert the Bruce.
Well, there actually was a William Wallace.
Well, yes, he's a real person. He was a knight,
But doing some research, they said there's actually only one sentence of facts about William Wallace that's other than it's like actually written down, and it's that he was a Scotsman that served in their army during that time period. That's the only historical written down fact about William Wallace.
If they changed gears and did like that kind of movie, I mean, semi more historically accurate, but about Robert the Bruce, it would have been just as good.
Well, pretty much any other knowledge about William Wallace is either theorized or, it's got the romanticized poems about it. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought there was more about him than that.
The best character in that entire movie is Edward. King Edward the Longshanks.
Oh.
Edward II.
No, I like the
where he
Irishman.
throws the... Oh, yeah, and Stephen. And Stephen.
Yeah.
Steven's
my name.
It's my island.
I was going to do another quote, but then I'd have to take the hot sauce. When he's like, "So the Lord says he can get me out of this, but he's pretty sure you're." Yeah.
And then he looks and goes, "Rah!" Like, I feel like that dude was just living his life. They're just like, you're this guy, like you're this wacky Irish guy, and they're just like, just be weird, but you talk to God at the same time. And he was like, "I'm on it." And he looked up at the sky and went, "I said I'm on it."
Another interesting thing I found out about this movie is that Paramount actually refused to make this unless Mel Gibson starred in it. Because Mel Gibson was going to have somebody else direct it. He was just going to produce it. Well, then that director said he wasn't going to direct it, so Mel Gibson just took over that role. And then Paramount basically said, if you don't star in it, we're not going to fund it.
Well, how are they going to make the money? This is when Mel Gibson was like the bee's knees. He was the cat's pajamas.
Well, he was the director, and he didn't want to do it himself because he thought he was too old to be that character. So he was going to cast somebody else. And another thing is they ended up casting 1,600 extras for the battles instead of CGIing them.
Yeah.
They had 1,600 extras, and they actually spent one whole day filming and had to reshoot the entire day of battle scenes because some of the extras didn't take off their sunglasses and watches.
While they're They didn't have fees then. That's great.
But this movie, it cost $72 million to make, and it ended up making 213. And it's on IMDb. It's got an 8.3, so it's stood the test of time. It's still a good movie to watch, even if you don't like it, Tom.
I mean, there's parts, basically all the parts with Edward, where like he yeets the guy out the window. Him and
his lover
and his son tries to attack him. He just beats the crap out of him.
Did he just like backhands him at first?
Well, I mean, I read about Edward the Longshank because he was like 6'2".
Oh yeah,
and like 200 something pounds. He was a stock. He was a.
I did not get that
He was
impression.
a big fella. But like in that time, 700 something years ago, that's like considered like Andre the Giant almost to them. Like he was huge.
What you're saying is if we went back in time,
we'd be running stuff.
I do remember going down to St. Augustine.
Me and you at 6'2" and a half, 6'3".
Well, have you ever been to the fort in St. Augustine in Florida? I was walking along the ramparts, like up in the little tower areas, and I realized
I have to walk on my knees.
Well, I realized that from shoulder up, I'm sticking up above the whole wall. It's supposed to be hidden until you get into the tower.
Hidden from what?
I had to turn sideways to go down the little walkway, and then from shoulders up, I was sticking up above the wall.
I mean, I've been like to Germany, like old castles and stuff from like that have been around for probably over 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. And even going through there, like I was having to like crouch to get through like doorways, and I'm like, who ran this? Midgets? Anyway, moving on though.
All right.
This is a movie I do like.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you would or not.
The Last Samurai.
It's not exactly historically accurate either.
No, but I really like the story and I like the movie.
But yeah, the Last Samurai. I'm a big, even though he's kind of strange, I'm a big Tom Cruise fan. In this movie, like it's loosely historically based, where the events happen, but not exactly the way they said. It's mostly the French, and I think they said the Prussians that actually ended up training the Japanese army. But it was a French colonel, or not colonel. Let's see, what was his name? I wrote it down. Oh, a Frenchman, Jules Brunet, who was the actual guy that ended up training the army and actually fighting alongside them.
Like training the samurai?
Yeah.
Or fighting with the samurai?
Fighting with the samurai. It was him and like one or two other of the Frenchmen, but it didn't say. It just says they were part of the Royal Army. And then I also found out Cruise didn't take any money up front. He only got paid royalties once the movie started making money. So I guess he was very invested because supposedly he trained for 6 months in sword fighting and stuff before the movie ever took place. And then during that training, Ken Watanabe nearly cut his head off because they were doing some like training with the swords. And they said one of the horse that Tom Cruise was on, it was like a mechanical horse. It was supposed to duck at a certain point when Ken Watanabe threw his sword across. And they said the mechanical horse malfunctioned and Watanabe stopped maybe an inch from hitting Tom Cruise in the neck, and they were using real swords.
So Ken Watanabe could have decapitated Tom Cruise. That would have been a story.
They said for most of this movie, real swords were used, except for when they actually had to stab someone. So that's pretty interesting.
I mean, the swordplay in this movie and the fighting, and I mean, the scenery is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I found out it's Ken Watanabe, which is the main samurai, the leader of the samurai. It's his first American film.
Does he play Katsumoto? Yeah,
Katsumoto. It's his first American film, and it's also his first like film that he speaks English in, or I guess feature film. The movie actually it cost $140 million to make. It made $455 million. And basically, if you haven't seen it, it's about a samurai. In the real life, was called Seigo Takamori, but they held off the Imperial Army for up to 6 months with swords and bows and arrows. When the other people,
this is like during like the imperialization, or like the Industrial Revolution of Japan.
So the other one, the other side had at the time the modern firearms that they had, and they had swords and bows and arrows.
And guts.
And they still wore armor, and it was still real samurai out
and
there.
And guts were working.
Yeah, for a good long while. Longer than it should have.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to your number 3, Interview with a Vampire.
Yes.
Your obsession with the vampiric.
I love this movie. Me and my wife are actually currently watching it because she's never seen but like the first 10, 15 minutes of it. But
this is Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Kirsten Dunst, Antonio Banderas, Christian Slater, Who else is in this movie?
This is one of your favorite movies. You never shut up about Interview with a Vampire. I've
But-
never seen Interview with a Vampire.
Well, you've never seen it?
No.
Oh, it's got 32 award nominations and won 24 awards, including like I don't know what the ASCAP is, but
Associated Press.
I don't know, but it won the top box office in that, and then out of the Saturn Awards, it won Best Costume, Best Young Actor, Best Horror Movie, the BAFTA Awards. It won Best Cinematography, Production Design. I mean, it won a lot, and then also like for the movie Anne Rice, when Tom Cruise was cast as Lestat, which is a character she wrote in the 70s, she was livid and did not want him being cast as the movie, and then he assured her he would do it justice. And after the movie, she came and actually apologized to him, after seeing his performance, which was kind of neat. And it's also directed by Neil Jordan, which made Excalibur. So, but it cost $60 million.
Better movie.
It cost $60 million to make, and it ended up making $224 million. It's got a 7.5 on IMDb. It was actually, I think, one of Kirsten Dunst's first movies. But it's a really interesting story because basically it starts off with Louis, which is Brad Pitt. He's being interviewed by Christian Slater in like the modern day, which at that time was in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling him his story on how he became a vampire and all this. So it flashes back to the 1800s. And basically, I've read the book as well, which they do follow pretty closely as far as the book and the movie. But then there are some bridges where like the book goes in a lot more detail because, most books do. Yeah. But it's really well done. You get a sense of like, it delves into like vampires being lonely because
They're immortal.
well that everyone they know dies off, so then they're just kind of left with other vampires around. That's the only kind of connection they can make. But also throughout the movie that you find out there's certain rules for vampires, like Kirsten Dunst. In the vampire world for them, it's illegal for a child to be created into a vampire. So she gets basically burnt on fire or like, held out into the sun by the other vampires. And that drives Louis mad. And Lestat created Louis. So he's like, he looks at him as like his child, but then Louis resents Lestat throughout the thing. So it's got a lot of twists and turns, but it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, I implore you to watch it. Tom, it would be an interesting movie whether you liked it or not. But
I might give it a whirl one of these days. Your number 2, Warrior.
have you ever seen this?
Is this the one with Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy?
Yes.
Where they're brothers and they fight in like the super octagon, whatever it is?
Yeah, it is.
I have seen this movie. I like this movie.
Because it's a movie that I didn't know anything about. I saw like something about MMA and it was at Redbox when it was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it still is, but nobody goes to it.
I think Tom Hardy was still in like Bane shape.
This was right after Inception, and before he was cast as Bane.
Okay.
I think this influenced him getting cast as Bane because he's ripped in this movie.
He bulked up.
But it's got an 8.1 on IMDb, and it was directed by Gavin O'Connor, which also made the movie Miracle with the hockey team
The 1980.
and The Accountant. And then the director actually plays like the tournament sponsor, where like he's the businessman orchestrating the entire tournament. But the movie sadly did not do well at all. It cost $25
It was
million.
a good movie.
Well, it cost $25 million to make, and it made 23.
For those of you who don't know, I mean, in this movie, Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy are brothers, and Joel Edgerton's like a teacher.
But nobody knows.
But he MMA fights on the side.
Yeah,
And the school finds out about it, so they like suspend him. So he's having to do like odd jobs. And then Tom Hardy was like in the military. He went AWOL. He shows up under a different name.
Mhm.
Their dad is played by Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
And he's like an alcoholic. And then he beats up some other dude so he could take his spot at this like 8-man.
Yeah, they want to find out who the best 8 fighters in UFC
See.
in the world are.
So the two of them end up beating people to get to go
Yeah.
and be part of the 8. And like Joel Edgerton just struggle buses
Well,
through all these fights, and he wins with heart and guts and strength of character and will. Tom Hardy just KOs every dude. Like, here's the one fight, the dude just comes, he doesn't even swing.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy just decks him right in the jaw as soon as he gets close enough and just knocks him right out. And he like leaves, and they're just like, he's leaving. It's just like, because he's out cold. It's
I mean, it's a good movie, and a lot of the fighting and stuff was actually done by the actors. So much so that Joel Edgerton actually tore his MCL in making it, so they ended up having to like postpone something like some of the one. It was towards the end where they're in the cage fighting, but they had to postpone for like 6 weeks for him just to be able to get back in the ring, like get back in there and do anything. But I mean, it had Frank Grillo, which plays Crossbones.
I mean, you recognize him in a bunch of stuff now.
Yeah. It had Kurt Angle from wrestling.
Yeah, Kurt Angle's in it.
He plays the
Koba,
the Russian
like juggernaut guy.
Yeah.
The dad from Small Soldiers.
From Small Soldier. Oh yeah.
He's the principal.
Yeah.
I've seen him and I'm just like, hey, it's the guy from Small Soldiers.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good story. Like surprisingly, it. Like I said, I'd never heard of it until I watched it, and then it's my number 2 out of my top 10 favorite movies. So, maybe it doesn't equate to everyone's taste, but I really like the story with the two brothers coming together, because the whole time nobody knows they're brothers except for them and their dad, and nobody
they're like estranged.
Yeah, nobody finds out they're brothers until the end, like the very end. But there's reasons that Tommy, which is Tom Hardy, goes AWOL. And it makes sense, So it's kind of a sad movie, but it does redeem itself in the end as far as like emotions.
It's a good movie. Your number 1. No one should be shocked in the slightest. Pretty in Pink. No, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 live action movie.
Because it doesn't get any better than that. It was one of Sam Rockwell's first theatrical successes. It was one of the biggest indie movies until The Blair Witch came out, because it cost $14 million to make and it made $202 million. So it's got a 6.7 on IMDb,
but a 10 out of 10 in your heart.
IMDb has like
lowballed it.
Yeah, because they ranked the new one that just came out already higher, and how you gonna rank that one higher than the original?
Yeah,
it makes me mad. But
that's like people who were saying Rings of Power was going to be as good as Lord of the Rings. It's like you're insane.
I was actually surprised, like when I went and did the Power Rangers, like was it
escort service?
That. But the convention,
it's morphin' time.
I talked with several of the actors and stuff, and I actually found out that a lot of them did the stunts, like, and then they also had other roles and stuff, like the guy that's inside the Michelangelo suit and does the voice is actually the guy that comes up and does the pizza, like when he's paying through the grate. He's the Domino's delivery man. Raphael, the guy that's in the suit, or the guy that's the voice actor of Raphael. When Raphael rolls across the hood of the taxi, he's actually the guy in the back of the taxi, like, hey, what was that? It's just little neat things. The guy inside the Leonardo suit is the guy that plays
Shredder.
No. Keno in the Ninja Turtles 2, where he's the pizza delivery guy that becomes their friend. He was the guy that was actually in the suit. But it's pretty cool. I can say the movie line for line. I mean,
please don't.
As I'm watching, I can quote the movie before.
No one is shocked about how much you like this movie.
But it's something that it's probably the first movie I remember watching. But I just don't see, like, it's the best incarnation. And the movie was actually slated to come out before Ninja Turtles became like a cartoon and popular with kids. That's why it was a lot more darker, because it was going to focus more on the 1984 release of the comic. Unfortunately, Jim Henson was not a big fan of the movie after he did the puppetry for it, because he was not a fan of all the violence. But
sucks for you, Jim Henson.
Yeah, but he did it anyways. I also found out that it takes 4 people to puppeteer the Splitter puppet. Like, one guy would do the voice, and one had each arm, and another one did like the mouth and the eyes. So
it's a lot of working parts.
But yeah, I really like this movie. So
no one's shocked, Mitch.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure.
Moving on to your TV shows.
History began on July 4th, 1776.
USA. Bruce Springsteen.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
What about me and my blue collar? Juice Springsteen, king of the juice. Mitch's top 10 TV shows. A lot of these, no one should be even shocked at all because he's talked about them all at length, borderline ad nauseum.
Not all of them.
Number 10, The Ranch.
Have you seen that? Right?
No, what is The Ranch?
It's got Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson, and Sam Elliott. And that's like the three main people. And that is me, my brother, and my dad. Sam Elliott just does not want to put up with any of the nonsense that his two sons have working on their ranch, basically. There's one scene where like they're out talking in the driveway in the morning, like mid-morning, or well, early morning. And Sam Elliott comes bursting out of the front door in a white T-shirt and white underwear, whitey tighties. And he's like, y'all keep up that noise, we'll go to work right now. I remember my dad saying stuff like that. He would just like burst into the room. If y'all gonna stay up this late, we might as well go ahead and get up and get ready to go to work. So, you know.
There's things right here that need fixing. Here's a wrench, boy.
Pretty much. Like, and if you didn't know how to do something, it wasn't because you weren't taught. It's because you're stupid.
Go castrate that steering Brandon. I've never done. What are you, an idiot?
But yeah, the show came on from 2016 to 2020. It ran for 4 seasons. I don't think that's right. I wrote down the wrong thing because it didn't have 80 episodes. But it's on IMDb for a 7.5. It came on Netflix. It has a lot of That 70 Shows actors that reprise a role, not the same role, but like
character-esque.
The guy that played Fez.
Yeah.
He's like a ranch worker that shows up with him. And then it also stars Alicia Cuthbert. Do you know who she is?
Yeah.
The girl next door.
Yeah.
It's like my teenage
crush. All right, Mitch, calm down.
But
Mitch, why are you sweating?
She still looks good. But I just enjoy the show because it just reminds me of me and my family with the way they treat each other. You know, the brother always picking at each other, insulting each other.
Yeah, I have a brother. I had a dad.
And then the dad that basically tells you how dumb you are if you don't do it the way he wants, the way and when he wants it. Yeah.
And fast.
Yeah.
I remember getting yelled at for holding the flashlight wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's one scene where
I think I said, I'm sorry I didn't go to flashlight school.
Well, there's one scene where he forgets to pick up a hammer and put it in the bag, and he goes, you know, something like along the lines, well, if you do things wrong, I don't know why you do. You know, it's like why you choose to do things the wrong way baffles me beyond belief. Just something. I don't know. That
was a great quote, Mitch.
Yeah, I know.
Let's move on to your next one.
That was bad.
We'll pretend. We'll edit that out.
Okay.
Number 9, Power Rangers. I'm assuming this is all of Power Rangers.
Yeah, we're just going to count all of it because that's from 93 to 2023.
It's a special place in a lot of guys' hearts.
Yeah, Tom.
And I'm sure some girls.
Yeah, Tom. I'm not the only one. Don't pretend.
I know. What do you like, Power Rangers? What are you, a nerd? I gotta, make that comment because Hayden's not here to make it. Because he'd be like, God, I watched Power Rangers when I was a little kid.
But it's been going on for 30 seasons. And they have 963 episodes. The final season will be coming on Netflix later on this year of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury.
But not the last season ever of Power Rangers.
No, it won't be the last season. It'll be the last season in continuity, though.
That freight train's going to keep on going.
Well, yeah, I mean, Hasbro has plans for, like, other TV shows or maybe animated shows and movies that, Marvel will be all connected, where, like, the TV show and the movie will be connected.
So I'm going to have the Avengers and the Power Rangers team up?
Could. No, not the Avengers and Power Rangers, but, like, more than one Power Ranger team living in the same, universe at a time.
Interesting.
But, yeah, I mean, it's something I've watched since it debuted. That's when I started watching it. But I'm a big fan. I've got comic books.
I had the VHS tapes.
I've got the comic books. I've got the DVDs. I've got action figures.
Helmet.
Couple of helmets, yeah. couple of weapons.
As I look to my left and look at 3 Power Rangers helmets.
Yeah, I've got the red, and then I've got Lord Drakens, and then I have the Gold Ranger staff. I have a Morpher. I have the Zeomorpher.
I have the Zeomorpher. I have the original 5 power coins. I got Tommy's Dragon Zord and White Falcon coin, the Dragon Dagger, the Zeonizers, the Green Ranger helmet, the Legacy Edition. The Red Ranger and the Blue Ranger helmets. A couple of Megazords are in there.
Yeah, I got the original Megazord, but
There was just nothing cooler when you were a kid and you're like Power. It's like I just wanted to shout. It's Morphin time, and boom, I'm like a Power Ranger and I could beat up monsters.
They just need to make a new show that is along the lines of the comic, where it's slightly more adult oriented. To where it's just aged up.
For all the kids who were watching it, who are now in their 30s,
they can just age it up to like high school level kind of content.
We're not going to get too sidetracked on Power Rangers. Let's move on to your next one.
That could be a whole episode.
Expedition Unknown.
Have you ever seen this show?
It's that husky white fella with
Josh Gates.
Yeah, the guy's going bald, but he won't admit it.
It started in 2015. It's still going right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's had 11 seasons, but started in 2015. I haven't figured that out yet, but it's got 205 episodes. It's got an 8.2 on IMDb. It comes on the Discovery Channel. But I actually started watching this same guy doing pretty much the same kind of stuff, just different areas with Destination Truth in 2007 when it was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I remember when it was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
From 2007 to 2012.
That was back when the Sci-Fi Channel was like low-key, like one of the greatest channels on TV. Because like nobody really knew, like the Sci-Fi Channel, like they had like those weird kinds of shows, like Destination Truth, Hunting Aliens, Firefly. I mean, and then they had like really cool stuff. Then you'd have the BS movie, where it's like giant shark versus super couch, and you're like, what? And it'd be like dudes with Nerf guns shooting CGI monsters. But that was like when sci-fi was like prime sci-fi.
Oh yeah.
Now they have like a budget.
But I really like this show because he goes to these places all over across the world. And, I mean, he actually, he joins in with other people that are doing the archaeological stuff in that area. And he just joins in on their little investigation of what they're looking into.
They never find anything.
Oh, they do. They especially this last season.
Not the episodes I watched.
In this last season, they found a king in, trying to think of where it was at. It was somewhere in Middle Africa, but it was Middle Africa on it was just below Egypt on the right hand side. But they found a king where he was.
Ethiopia?
No, I can't remember the name of the place. But they actually found a king that was buried. This was the first king that's ever been in its grave, and that's only because part of the pyramid had collapsed and it had flooded. So they actually had to scuba dive to get in there. And when they went in there the first time, they found the stuff and mapped it out. When they went back, they realized some of the ceiling had fallen in and crushed the sarcophagus. So they could actually go in, and they were basically just scooping out the debris and putting it in a bag. And they found a finger. They found some gold and stuff that was in there.
Nice.
So it's pretty neat. But they found a couple of things this season. So it's just neat to see and hear the story behind all this other stuff and see what they find.
This was like stuff that used to be like on Discovery and like the History Channel.
Yeah.
Like when we were growing up, this is what the History Channel and the Discovery Channel were.
Yeah.
It was stuff about history and like finding stuff. Like stuff about nature. It's like, oh, nature, you're scary. Ooh, sharks, lions killing people. Like they would show it on TV, like lions just going nuts on a zebra. And then you'd have like treasure hunter guys. Like it's like, oh, this episode of whatever this show is, they're going to the North Pole. They're walking to the North Pole. Or they're in the South Pole. Or they're somewhere in like Mongolia in the mountains looking for temples.
History Channel now is like Pawn Stars and,
American Pickers.
Yeah.
And like, no, Hitler. Because for a while, that's like all the H when it's like when History Channel, like as you say History Channel, then it said the H.
Yeah.
And it's like we always said that H for history just stood for Hitler. Because that was all it was. It was just stuff about the Nazis.
That and World War,
and then aliens.
All World War II.
And then Nazi aliens.
Ancient aliens.
Ancient aliens, Nazis, Hitler. Moving on. Yellowstone.
It's a show that came out in 2018. It's pretty popular. It's still going on in the present. It's got 5 seasons, 53 episodes.
Couple spinoffs.
It's got an 8.7 on IMDb. It's on Paramount and then also on Peacock. I don't know why it's on both. But, it's got 2 spinoffs, 1883, 1923, and then also has a third thing in production, which is, I don't know if it's going to be like 1963 or something like that. But supposedly Matthew McConaughey will be the main character in that.
All right. You got a ranch? It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
But, I mean, it's a good show. It's basically about this family that owns this tons of land in
Yellowstone.
I'm trying to think if it's Montana. I think it's Montana that they own.
Montana.
But basically they're fighting corrupt politicians and political influencing people.
Native Americans. Still.
To keep their land. because they're trying to just underhanded things to take it from them by like rezoning it for cities and all this kind of stuff. And they have some people like Cole Hauser, which is
who ain't taking no mess.
Yeah, he
Rip Wheeler. I've seen a lot of clips on YouTube.
Yeah, there's at one point where they detonate a bunch of dynamite on the mountain to realign the river to where they need it to be because this other person's trying to take the river from them. So they're like, all right, we'll fix that.
I like how it's just like, I never understood these concepts where it's just like, oh, they're going to take our land. How? We own it. Literally, like, it's mine.
Well, I mean, they're trying to, like, in this last season, I think they were trying to, somehow they was going to do something which would raise the taxes on it so much that they just wouldn't be able to afford it. But they were trying to rezone it for different things, like an airport or something like that.
God dang government. Taking all my land, taking my gerb.
But it's really good. It's got a lot of drama.
This show made me kind of fed up with Kevin Costner.
Why?
Because, like, I remember Kevin Costner as, like, the dude from, like, Robin Hood, which wasn't a good movie. Waterworld, the usual, the Al Capone movie. It's The Untouchables.
Oh, okay.
A Field of Dreams. Mm-hmm. Like, that kind of Kevin Costner.
Tin Cup.
That kind of guy. Now I got John Dutton. Let me tell you something.
It's because he's older now.
He just seems like he turned into concrete.
He makes me think that he's Jonathan Kent from Man of Steel.
Like, I don't know when Kevin Costner just became this, like, grouchy, like, unfunny.
He grew up.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not a fan. Not a fan. I want kind of goofy Kevin Costner back. That's the Kevin Costner I remember.
I'm sorry.
Get Kevin on the show. Let me give him a piece of my mind. Hey, clap your hands. Moving on. The Originals? What's The Originals?
It's actually a spinoff from number 5, which is The Vampire Diaries.
Well, how can it be a spinoff if it's called The Originals? Shouldn't this have been first?
Well, because it's about the original vampires, which show up in the other show later on, like after season 2 or 3.
Okay.
But The Originals is basically the original family of vampires that get turned into vampires through magic because their mom, their mom knows how to do witchcraft, and the father loses. They lose their youngest son, and in the process, they decide, well, to fix that, they'll make themselves immortal. And one of the side effects of this spell is basically they have to drink blood because like they'll start to burn in the sun, but since they're the originals, they actually won't die. Like there's only certain things that can actually kill them.
They're like, it's like you just wear a long sleeve shirt and a big hat. You should be fun.
But this show came out in 2013 and 2018. But to really know the characters, you'd have to watch The Vampire Diaries as well because they were on that show for like 3 or 4 seasons before they started this one. It's got 5 seasons, 92 episodes. It's got an 8.3 on IMDb. It came on the CW. But the whole reason they even have this show is because the character Klaus was so popular.
My name is Klaus.
That they didn't want to kill him off like in the based on a book series, The Vampire Diaries. They didn't want to kill him off in that, so they made a whole spinoff for this show, and it's really good. I debated on whether putting this one or The Vampire Diaries first, but since the other one was the original and this was a spinoff.
This is called The Originals.
Yes,
it's
I know.
so confusing.
But this is also filmed mostly in Covington and Conyers, which is from where I live, like 15 minutes away.
From where I live,
an hour.
Yeah, an hour. All right. Your next show, The Vampire Diaries.
Yes. I was never going to watch this show, and then my wife convinced me. She was like, "Let's watch this."
Now you're a fanboy.
Well, now that's what got me into watching all the vampire stuff. But
vampires are cool
because
I'm like that, but with werewolves.
I was never going to watch it, and then I think season 2 or 3 was out for the show. We binge watched the whole thing up until it was current. But The Vampire Diaries came out in 2009. Went till 2017 for 8 seasons. Had 171 episodes. It's got a 7.7 on IMDb. Like I was saying, it's based off a book series, which they start off kind of mirroring. The characters look a little different from the way they're described, and then as the series goes on, they diverge heavily. It's filmed also in Covington, which like their main hangout's called the Mystic Grill. Me and my wife, we go there and eat all the time. It's really good food. It's really expensive food, but it's really good. But yeah, it involves this vampire that meets these 2 brothers during the Civil War period. Well, one goes off to fight in the war, Well, then he comes back because he's in love with this girl, and his brother has kind of fallen in love too. Well, she basically ends up mesmerizing him with her power or whatever, and turning both of them into vampires. Well, then supposedly they think she dies, and it fast forwards to modern day where they meet another girl that looks exactly like the girl that was the vampire. Because in this world they have what they call doppelgangers, where it's just like several lineages down the line, they
Instant replay. Boom.
basically
You're back.
It looks the exact same, except for this girl is a lot nicer and is not a vampire. But the two of them fall in love with her, and then dramatic stuff ensues because it's teenage year.
Drama.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the first season is not the best. Like my favorite character is Damon, just because he's a sarcastic
Fellow.
jerk. But he ends up turning into basically the best guy because he's the one willing to go to any lengths to protect her. But it's a fun show. I've enjoyed it. I will rewatch it whenever my wife wants to. It's a fun show to watch, just because I like the banter between the two brothers because they're both competing for different things at different times. But it's pretty good.
I haven't watched it. Probably not going to.
Probably not. Yeah.
Your next one, WWE wrestling.
Yes. Why would it not be on the
John
list?
Cena. That's not a show.
It is a show. It's a weekly episodic television show.
Is it really?
Yes, and it's been going since 1993 to the present.
Still not as long as The Simpsons.
For 31 seasons, 1,580 episodes, because they have one episode a week. And the only week they miss is the week of Christmas. They have one episode a week. And that's just for Raw, because SmackDown also has its own thing every once a week. So basically 2 episodes a week of wrestling. Oh, yeah.
Is your wife just fed up with you and your wrestling obsession?
She will not watch wrestling with me. But it's got a 7.7, overall. Mm-hmm. It's been on USA, TNN, Fox, the WWE Network, and now it's on Peacock.
Monday Night Raw. I remember the commercials.
And since 1993, they've only canceled the show twice. And that was when Chris Benoit committed suicide. They canceled it because it happened on the same day that they were supposed to air. And then in 2015, when there was a winter storm and they were up in Buffalo, New York, and it came through and they couldn't make it to the place. But yeah, it's the longest running episodic TV show in America.
I did not know that.
But I mean, it's always fun. It's basically a live.
It's just too much talking.
Dramatic
now.
fight.
It's too drama.
That's the whole point, though. It's supposed to be entertainment.
I know, but
it's not a sport. Technically,
watching them fight is the entertainment. I don't care about the BS in the back room.
you gotta
yelling
build
in
a
the mic.
story.
It's wrestling.
There
There isn't a story.
Yeah, you gotta have
They
a story.
fight. That's it.
Oh, you gotta watch the show Heels. It's got Stephen Amell. You gotta watch it. It's got a story to it.
Oh, it's got a story. Wrestling.
You gotta build up the good guys, the bad guys.
The
build up-
costumes. That's how you know.
Build up the underdogs.
Everybody knew Bret Hitman Hart was a good guy. Everybody knew The Undertaker was a bad guy.
Undertaker was a good guy,
Yeah, he dressed like a bad guy.
but he was the quintessential good guy. I don't care if he was a bad guy. He was a good guy. He was my favorite character. Mine and my brother's favorites were Undertaker and Kane.
I never liked Kane.
Oh, you like Kane? Oh,
No, I hated Shawn Michaels.
yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Shawn until like the early 2000s.
I like Goldberg.
Goldberg was WCW until he eventually came to WWE like in the 2004 or 5.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, I like Stone Cold. Everybody likes Stone Cold.
Didn't like The Rock.
I didn't like The Rock until after he went to Hollywood, really.
Yeah, I didn't like John Cena initially.
I've pretty much always liked John Cena.
I always liked Hulk Hogan.
I always liked Hulk Hogan, except for when he was in WCW, when he was the NWO. I did not like them until I got older and realized they're kind of cool. I always liked Sting and WCW.
Yeah, Sting was all right.
Right now they have a character called The Fiend. Oh, well, he's not The Fiend at the moment. He's Bray Wyatt, which basically he's like a modern-day Undertaker where he has
There's
like...
no modern day. There is just the
Well, he's
Undertaker.
But Bray Wyatt's basically, he's got the whole mystical, supernatural persona thing.
Mm-hmm.
He has a character called The Fiend, he has actually a mask made by Tom Savini. I think that's his name. But he's like a horror movie mask maker and stuff. Like he helps with like Freddy Krueger's mask and stuff. It's a pretty creepy looking thing. That basically, he'll just come out and it's like he's crazy. And he's got one glove that says hurt, another one that says heal, and he's just like freaking out the whole time. You can beat him in the head, just nothing phases him for a lot of the match. He's pretty creepy looking. I'll show him to you when we get done here for a minute. But yeah, I've watched wrestling with my granddad since I was a kid, and like this Saturday they have SummerSlam. I took off work so me and my granddad could sit down and watch it because he's getting older. I want to spend some time with him. So me and my granddad, my brother, and my mom will sit down and watch it with him.
That's nice.
It's a fun little while.
I like the family angle that you're playing there. That's great.
But, I mean, they used to have pay-per-views on Sundays, so that's
I remember the commercials were for all the pay-per-views.
Now they're always on Saturdays, so now my off days don't work, so I have to take a day off to go watch it.
I can't be there that day. Why? Wrestling. God darn it.
I've had people that laugh about that, but, I like spending time with them watching.
I spend my day off how I want to spend it. It's like, Tom, how come you're not at work? It's like because the Islanders are in the playoffs, and they're playing. It's Game 7. That's why I'm not here. I want to shout at my television.
Yeah, I mean, if I could afford to, I'd go to every time they're in Atlanta, but they're kind of expensive. Last time I went, it cost me $700 to take me and my granddad.
$700?
Yeah.
For tickets?
For 2 tickets. We were sitting pretty close. We were on TV. We were sitting close. You could see who we were.
You can go, that's Mitch.
When
that gentleman next to him is most likely his grandfather.
When the guy ran down the aisle, like from the ring, I could have reached out and grabbed him.
You should have.
I'm just saying.
You should have did that.
No, because Brock Lesnar was also out there at the same time. And I did
Don't do that.
I did not want him to come after me.
Don't do that. That's stupid. Moving on to your next one, Supernatural.
It's a great show, isn't it?
Sammy!
It's a great show.
I like that show.
I mean, it does have its ups and downs, but I love the camaraderie between the two brothers. That reminded me a lot of my brother. I like the Supernatural. Like,
for people who have a brother, or better, this is more or less the brother-to-brother relationship. As an older brother, is your brother older than you? So you're the oldest?
Yeah.
All right, me too. So when you're the older brother and you have the younger brother, their dynamic between Sam and Dean or Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles, it's so on par. I would have thought they were really related. It's like, I mean, that dynamic was flawlessly executed.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, the show's kind of cheesy at parts. I mean, budget-wise, because it was a CW show.
Yeah, I mean, but I like the whole horror aspect too, where they went into these myths, like even the lesser-known myths that they went.
Oh yeah,
deep,
it was a deep dive into the occult.
It was pretty cool though.
The greatest scene still is when Cass and Dean are going to fight Lucifer in the cage, and Lucifer's like backing up. He goes, "Wait," he goes, "This we need ambiance." And he snaps his fingers, and instantly, like, the disco song starts playing, and he's just dancing, and he, like, winks at Dean, and he just punches Castiel in the face.
One of my favorite scenes is when
it's like heaven.
I like when they have the rabbit's foot, and Dean has it to rescue Sam.
Oh, and he beats up those two guys. He just goes,
well, the guy, he comes in, he grabs the remote, hits the other guy in the head, takes a pin and throws it, and it goes into the barrel of the gun. And he goes, "I'm Batman."
After the dude, like, slips and knocks himself out, and Dean just, like, looks at Sam, because Sam's like, "What just happened?" He goes, "I'm Batman."
Yeah, you're Batman. And the Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I enjoyed those.
I mean, and plus, like, the self-awareness where they, like, spoof their own, like,
Oh, yeah.
thing with, like, the supernatural conventions that they're at, and no one, and they're just like, "Oh, yeah, you guys are Sam and Dean." Yeah, sure.
Well, they had those conventions. They had the episode where they went to another universe where they were actually acting out everything that was going on.
Oh, they were the actors. I'm some dude named Jared Padalecki.
What's up, Misha? But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Like I like especially the Ghost Facers episodes.
Ghost Facers.
Those two idiots would show up, and there's one episode where like they actually see them, and they're like, "Oh, it's those two a-holes from that thing." And they go,
and the one guy dies, and they're just like, "Oh."
Well, like how he just looks at him, and you're looking through like the Ghost Facer's point of view, and he's just like, "What the?" Beep, when he sees him.
That was great. That show was just good.
Yeah.
I mean, there was drag out episodes and
yeah, I mean,
lulls in the greatness.
I mean, there were certain seasons that were.
I mean, that was
slow,
15.
Well, yeah.
Years.
Yeah,
of a show for 15 seasons.
Yeah, 2005, 2020, 327 episodes, but it did have an 8.4 on IMDb. So it's a good show.
It was a good show. Your next great show, Boy Meets World.
Have you ever seen this?
I've seen this show. I love this show.
This is like my comfort show. Like
It is comforting.
If I want to watch, if I want to put something on while I'm doing stuff, this is what I'll put on in the background because I don't have to watch it to know what's going on.
I feel like Mr. Feeney was like a surrogate father to an entire generation.
I've seen this show so many times that, I mean, I could tell you what's happening, without having to even see the TV.
Watching kids in elementary school all of a sudden make it to college.
Yeah.
And then like the adult world.
Well,
And it was the same actors. We watched them their entire life.
yeah, I mean, it went 7 seasons from 93 to 2000, 158 episodes. Right now, there's actually a podcast called Pod Meets World, which is ran by the actors and actress that played Topanga, Eric, and Sean. They're basically going through and talking about each episode.
Not the savage kid.
No, he didn't want to be a part of it, so.
Lame.
It's
He doesn't show up in a lot of the stuff.
No, I read something where, like, he's kind of excommunicated himself from the rest of them, so I don't know why, but
I mean,
supposedly he's running for some kind of political office.
and he doesn't want to be known as the kid from Boy Meets World.
I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But
I'd be happy to be known as the guy from Boy Meets World.
I also found out that William Daniels, which plays Mr. Feeney, was also starred in the movie Hamilton and voiced Kit from Knight
Yeah.
Rider.
Mr. Matthews.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it's a show that I can watch this every day. Just, I don't know. I really enjoy the comedic,
Mr. Feeney.
the lowbrow comedic, stuff they had in it.
It had a lot for everybody. Anybody could enjoy Boy Meets World. And
Oh,
I think everybody did enjoy Boy Meets World in their own way.
Yeah.
I heard
Anyways.
it ding.
Yep, that was my computer.
Your last one, Smallville.
Of course.
Superman.
Superman. Have you ever watched Smallville?
Nope. Never seen an episode.
You're missing out. It went
No,
for,
I'm not.
It went for 10 seasons from 2001 to 2011. 217 episodes. It's got a 7.5. It was back on the CW when it was called the WB still.
Yeah.
It was actually Christopher Reeve's last acting role. He was on this show a couple of times. And
This is after he had the accent.
oh yeah. This was like he was in his little chair that there was like the mobile chair that he had, and all he could do was move his head and talk. But he was like an astrologist for the movie that Clark Kent ends up going and meeting called Dr. Swan, which basically he's found information and could tell him a little bit about Krypton. But it's a really good show. Basically, it's telling you the story of Clark Kent from like his high school year up until he's working at the Daily Planet. But it's him going through learning his powers and meeting different characters and stuff that he'll meet later on. It starts off with him being good friends with Lex Luthor, and then you see how Lex Luthor kind of changes, become a bad guy as the series goes on. I think season 4 is where you meet Lois Lane for the first time. But you meet characters like Green Arrow, Aquaman, The Flash. You never meet Wonder Woman or Batman.
Batman has no business being in Smallville. He's busy in Gotham doing Batman things.
After season 4, they end up moving to where they're basically in Metropolis, except for when they go to Clark Kent's actual home. So, but it's a really good
Does he
show.
ever wear the suit?
Only in the very last episode, where he finally becomes Superman. Up until then, like he's saving people, and he's got like a jacket that has the S kind of embroidered in it, but it's like the jacket's all one color. You just have like it stands out with an S shape. But yeah, he puts the suit on technically for the in the last episode. It's kind of all CGI because you see him lifting up a plane and things like that. But each character is really well developed. Whereas like Lois Lane, you see where she has no desire for journalism at all until she becomes, as the series goes on, she becomes a journalist and stuff like that. But it's really good. It's my favorite TV show. I had the whole DVD set, and then I had the whole Blu-ray set. And I one time I owned each individual season on DVD, but I sold those when I got the others. So, but I probably watch this every other year. Me and my wife just finished going through the entire series.
And your wife likes it?
Oh yeah, she loves it. Together we've seen it twice. I've probably seen the entire thing 4 times, like beginning to end.
Nice.
So.
It's like me with like Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah. I would say so. Yeah.
This time it was my phone. Anyway, I don't think we have enough time to go through the video games.
Yeah, we'll do the games on the Thursday episode because
We'll do a separate run
considering we don't have any punishments to review.
because of some people not being here. Hey. So we'll have to conclude here.
To be continued.
We
We don't have a button for that.
we didn't have a button for. I'm Tom. That's Mitch. We'll see you next time. I panicked. I don't know what to say.
I got long-winded. Sorry.